Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Thursday the 21st of May with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets. European trading sessions fairly mixed actually at the open, sort of driven by I think yesterday's action on the markets, which were basically consolidating with the Fed meeting minutes. Meeting minutes didn't really give us any real indication that we didn't already know. I mean, the Fed was going on about transitory economic data in terms of the weak economic data it's seen recently, and also the fact that the majority of the FOMC did not support a June rate hike. So it doesn't look as, I mean, it basically all but means that we're going to be seeing a rate hike probably in the latter stages of the year. I mean, people are still talking about September, although I think it could well be sliding a little bit further back than that. But it certainly sort of didn't really give us any further information that we didn't already know, and so the markets basically reacted with very little volatility whatsoever. For example, the Treasury yields basically flat, didn't really do a great deal. Market in terms of Wall Street was flat. The dollar was flat as well, so there was no significant reaction across the board. Now we're seeing a little bit more direction today. The euro started the day off fairly positively, coming on the back of the Eurozone PMIs really. The Eurozone PMI came in on the manufacturing data anyway, came in better than expected. But it's interesting actually because Germany showed a miss of expectations, and that sort of continues the slight deterioration we're seeing in German data in recent weeks. But France was better than expected. Eurozone on the manufacturing was better than expected, although the composite number was slightly lower than the expected. So I'm a little bit surprised that this euro is pushing on as much as it is. However, I would argue, and I'm going to show you in a bit, that I think rallies on the euro are now going to be seen as a chance to sell, because I think there's been a significant change in sentiment on the euro, and I think that will be a chance to sell anyway. And also that involves my chance of the day, which is euro yen today. But other than that, we're seeing the dollar, just as I said, just slightly down, pretty much across the board. The dollar just having some slight corrective pressure, but there has been this huge run higher in the last couple of days. So maybe it's not without expectation that you might see a little bit of profit taking on that move. But still, I would say that it is going to be fairly choppy. But I think this the dollar strength is just beginning to come through again. I talked yesterday on one of my pieces during the day that I think that the markets are going to be basically lost their trend now. I think they're going to be very choppy, very range bound, and I think this is all playing out as part of that. So in terms of my economic data for today, where is it? We got UK retail sales in a minute, out at 9:30, due to come in at 3.7% year on year for the ex-fuel retail sales. So that's just a slight improvement in month-on-month data by 0.3%, but that is just slightly down from last month. So, but those retail sales remain fairly strong in the UK, so no significant worries there. Then into the afternoon, we've got all the US data. We've got the jobless claims, which in the last few weeks have actually been pretty strong, actually. 271,000, so slightly higher than the last few weeks. But still, that would be a fairly decent number still coming through there. And then further into the afternoon, we've got the manufacturing flash PMI. 54.5 is the expectation there for the States. This continues this string of flash manufacturing PMIs that we've had out today. And then at 3 o'clock, we've got the existing home sales, which again are expected to improve. 1% improvement to 5.24 million. So that would be the highest since 2013 again. So that number continues to improve. So housing data is certainly picking up, it would appear, in the States. So that takes me to my chart of the day, which is the euro yen. Now I said that I think that the euro has turned a bit of a corner in terms of deterioration. I think these two sharp days, I mean, against the dollar, I certainly think there's a big move to the downside, and that was confirmed by the close yesterday. But today's move, I think, could well become a bit of a selling opportunity. I would say that this reaction here, look at these momentum indicators just rolling over. The MACD line's giving across. The RSI now back below that low that it saw when it this is on euro yen, back below the low that it saw when it posted 33.43. So also we've got the stochastics falling away quite sharply. So I think this is part of a bit of a wider sort of deterioration in the euro, and I would not be surprised if we saw a test of these key lows that we'd see 33.43 and 33.06. I think that is what we're going to see. I think that if I show you the hourly, we've got this. I've got this pivot level in on this chart. Look at this pivot level at 35.25. Time and time again, this has provided the basis of resistance. Then it became supportive, and once again, it should provide the basis of resistance. So this little rally that we've got going on here on euro yen is still underneath this 35.25 level, and I think look at these hourly momentum indicators as well. MACD lines just unwinding to neutral again. And RSI back up towards 60 already, so I think that this is going to be proving to be a chance to sell around that 35.25 mark. Obviously, if it started to carry on through that, 35.76 is resistance. Above that, around the sort of 35.80 reaction high that we saw on that May 18th levels. So probably you'd start to think that if you started to push above those two levels, then maybe you'd be sort of beyond that that technical rally bounce. But I think that this move is just unwinding some of this oversold momentum still, and I'd say that 35.25 is a key level on this chart near term, and I would be looking out for as I said, these daily momentum indicators that are all deteriorating now. And I think that the euro could well be more of a choppy play against several of these crosses and pairs. But I think at the moment this rally that we've got is going to prove to be another chance to sell. So that's my outlook on the euro yen, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.